Hi, Sharks. My name is Haley Pavoni, and I'm from San Luis Obispo, California. Today, I'm seeking a $500,000 investment in exchange for 5% of my game-changing company,
Ouch.
Pashion Footwear. It's a tale as old as time. A woman puts on her favorite pair of heels and heads out to work.
What do you think of these heels? Are they a good fashion statement?
You know, Joe, you know me in person, right? I am 6 feet tall. I never wear heels. And I've had a knee replacement. I just never wear heels. So I think they're pretty, but like, I don't know. They don't. I'm so much more into comfort and you know, steadiness. So they're okay, but I don't love them.
You know, so I never realized that you were that tall because usually, I mean, women are usually they're wearing high heels anyway. So like, I don't think like, unless I look down, I'm not noticing whether or not that's the case. So I don't think I even knew that.
Yeah.
Wedding or out for the night. She is absolutely crushing her commute, tearing up that dance floor, and looking her absolute best. For exactly 45 minutes, suddenly her feet are on fire, and she is regretting everything about her shoe choice. So I invented the ultimate solution to high heel pain and inconvenience. The world's first fully convertible high heels. Now, not that I'm not totally crushing this outfit, but let me slip into something just a little more comfortable.
Oh, before you do that there, Haley. So full disclosure, I recorded one of this pitch before, but there was a glitch with the video. And you know, Eddie Garrison, shout out to him. He was like, "I saw these back in the '80s." Is that true, Sue? Has this existed since the '80s?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Well, let's see, because
our stylish high heels turn into comfortable and practical flats, just like that.
Wow.
Want to see me do it again?
Yes. That's impressive.
it better be impressive for your evaluation there.
Passion, we are determined to make traditional high heels and all their ridiculous problems a thing of the past. Now, Sharks, who's ready to majorly disrupt the massive women's footwear market and take the next step of this journey in some awesome convertible high heels?
Now, I love her confidence. Right?
Yes. And you know what? I think the shoe without the heel was super cute. It just makes me wonder, you know, when you wear, your foot is different in high heels, right? It's a different footbed. It's, you know, you've got different arch support. It makes me wonder how comfortable they are. But, you know, for most women, comfort is not the reason they buy footwear.
Yes. Well, pain is fashion, or fashion is pain.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
That's remarkable.
I actually do have samples for each of you. They're in your size.
Oh, good. You know I love a good nude heel. Way
There
to
we
go,
go.
Haley.
Fantastic. Part of our key innovation.
Well,
is
somebody
we use
did their you know, the research.
completely different materials from any other high heel in our midsole. They're totally flat.
Mark looking there like he broke it.
Yeah.
Is we use completely different materials from any other high heel in our midsole. They're totally flexible. When you have no body weight, it looks like it has an arch, but the second you step down, it goes completely flat.
So I popped
wow.
the heel off. Okay, now, am I supposed to also remove something from right here?
Yes, you're removing this sole support portion. Just grab it, turn, and then pull out. There you go.
Okay.
So that's why it can get flat, because you're taking out you're literally taking out the
support.
arch.
Yeah.
Pieces
And that
off.
part that you took out just there, that's the removable sole support. That's really the essence of our IP. There have been removable heels before,
Yes.
but no one's ever innovated on a removable sole.
I'm going to stand up on this. Ooh, wow. It's like bouncy.
Yeah, so to put them back on, you just hook this bit here, pop it back in, give it a twist, it'll click, and you're locked back into place.
Gotcha. So I am assuming that you have sold quite a few of these.
We have.
I would hope so.
It's been a year and
At
some
10
change,
million.
And we've done a little over $800,000 in sales.
Wow, that's
And what are the
impressive.
returns like?
Yep. So our return and exchange percentage is 24%.
Oh, wow. That's a lot of percentage of shoes coming back. That, you know, that means that you're not doing enough research into educating the people that are buying this to make sure that they're getting the right shoe for them. And for me, like, I know that my shoes are generally 13s. If I'm getting European shoes, they're 14s. If I'm getting skates, they're 12s, right? So, you know, you have to know your shoe, and to have 24%, like, I don't
But
know. You gotta investigate. You gotta investigate.
But Joe, have you ever gone shoe shopping with your wife? Like, how many zillions of pairs does she try on? So it's not just, it's not the way men buy shoes. So there's so much to comfort in terms of arch support and width. And so, even so I always wear the same size shoe, but I'm telling you, I don't know, maybe if I go to like DSW, I would say 1 out of 10 pairs I feel is comfortable. So it'd be interesting what Zappos return rate is, right? If this is high or low.
That's right. That's the thing. You got to have something the number to compare it to. It does sound high, but it might be right in line, or maybe just a little bit above what the average return rate is to like Zappos.
The footwear average though is 20%, just because the sizing for footwear is so difficult to make.
And your sales are net sales after all returns?
Net sales 500,000.
500,000. Okay.
Every woman I know hates her high heels. Every one of them, and can't walk in them for more than 3 or 4 hours. Why was it you who said, let me do something about this?
So in my sophomore year of college, I was out at a sorority spring formal, and I'd worn 6-inch high heels, as college girls do. But high heels, when you're trying to dance, are not comfortable. It's really more of a wobble, and I wanted to bust a move. So I ditched my high heels and took to the dance floor barefoot. Unfortunately, tragedy and inspiration quite literally struck. One of the other young women accidentally stomped her stiletto through my foot.
Oh man, that is terrible.
Yeah. Talk about pain point, right? There's a pain point. Literally a pain point.
But you know what? This isn't going to solve somebody else still stepping on your foot. It just solves you not stepping on somebody else's foot.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Are you
through the toe, yes.
Like right through?
Like clean as a tube. And as I'm sitting on the side of the dance floor, it struck me as odd that there is this societal expectation for women to wear high heels to formal or professional events. Everyone knows they hurt and that they're inconvenient, and yet there is no solution.
So Haley, how have you got your $500,000 in net sales?
We are all online, and we've been able to sell through digital marketing, PR, and then also word of mouth.
Haley, you are super impressive.
Thank you.
I want to hear your background a little bit.
Yes, absolutely. So when I was in college, I already was very much in the headspace of when I graduate, I want to be working for myself. And so after that impalement incident, I dove in head first, started pitching at different events, and actually raised the first $26,500. And I actually got the first working salesman samples the day before my college graduation. So they got their first break.
That's awesome.
That is.
She definitely seems like she has told this story sometimes. Or either she's rehearsed it to a T for Shark Tank, or she has more likely has told this story over and over and over again to other investors.
Yeah.
I'm still not seeing the $10 million valuation yet. I mean, not that it's not a great idea, not that she doesn't have sales, like ding, ding, that's awesome. Like more power to her. Love the confidence. Love that she's, is powerful like that and commands in this case it's a stage, but it's really a rug like that. But, I there's a lot to that.
Yeah.
Were you wearing your shoes in that graduation picture?
Yes, absolutely. And luckily, I actually built the company up enough at this point that when I graduated, I was able to come on full time. I brought on a footwear development team, hired on a COO, brought on a lot of student volunteers, actually.
Almost $26,000.
Yes, initially. We have raised more since then.
Who owns your company now? What's your cap table look like?
I own my company right now, so we've raised a total of $2.5 million to date.
Oh.
$2.5 million, all on convertible notes. So right now, I own 83% of the company.
But after they convert?
It depends, obviously, on valuation. But for instance, if you were to take my deal today, I would be at 45%.
Oh, and I know that we're going to have to...
Ow.
Yeah, Mark. Yeah, Mark knows. He's like that. This is painful. This is painful to hear.
Yeah.
That does definitely put a dent in the ability for them to get in, especially because you're already asking for 500,000.
Yeah.
Negotiate, and so you're going to end up owning, if you get a deal, less than 45%.
But I'm going to own a little less of a much larger company with the help of a
Which
fabulous
I'm always a
shark,
fan of,
right?
but how much cash do you have left in the bank?
Right now, we have about $250,000.
How much inventory do you have?
Right now, I have $150,000 worth of inventory at cost.
What's your monthly burn?
Our monthly burn right now is about $90,000 before marketing.
Oh man, they are pushing to zero there.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Is $90,000 a month?
Yes.
I don't think she's talked about how much the cost of the product is either yet.
No.
3 months of cash left.
Yes. But that being said, I've been in this situation before and I did get out of it. Something you should know about me is I'm one of the most resilient people you'll ever meet. Back in 2019, we were in a situation where I found us $80,000 in debt and I realized, okay, I have just enough cash in the bank to make it 30 days or we're out of business. And so I hit the ground running. I pitched every single person that would listen and I closed $1 million deal on the 30th day. And that's why we're still in business today.
Well, ding ding for that. But I mean, lesson learned, right? Don't get to that point where you're there. And even though at this point she is there because she has a ton of overhead apparently, and she's like 3 months left. Now, not that she couldn't get the money, but now she's gonna have to give up even more of her company to keep it going. So it's like, yes, you did the thing that a lot of people aren't willing to do: hit the pavement, get that cash, and get it in. And keep the company rolling, but you did it at a hefty cost of potentially like losing your company. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but a year from now, 2 years from now, are you still going to have anything left? Or are you going to end up having, a 10% share of your company and having your, so many shareholders that it just is not good?
I wonder if that's her end goal, or her end goal is just to sell it. So we'll see, but it's an amazing concept. And did she talk about patents at all? I don't think so.
No,
but
no patents.
That would be something that I don't know really a lot about shoes, but I'm sure there's some company out there that maybe would acquire her. Who knows?
Yeah. I mean, the patent is going to be super, like that there is what the saving grace is at that point.
Yes.
So yes, it's a scary situation. But I believe in this too much to ever let it fail, and I will get out of it.
You don't really want to give up more than 5% here.
I mean, I appreciate the value that a shark brings to the table.
All right, look, I would make you an offer
Well,
that looks like this.
sounds like we're about to find out how much you appreciate it.
I give you the $500,000 for 5%. However, I get paid a royalty till I recoup $1 million, and then that royalty goes away. And then the only negotiation we have to have is how much that royalty should be. I would like it to be $5 a unit.
Ooh,
I'm not super interested in a royalty only because I want every single dollar to go into growing this business.
You don't
Here's
know
what's
yet,
ridiculous. We don't even know what they cost, and we don't know what they cost to make, Kevin.
Right now, the product cost is $36, and then the landed cost is $47, and we sell them for between $150 and $190.
You have plenty of room for a $5 royalty. That's not a problem.
I do, but I'd rather have that $5 go towards growing
You
the
don't
business.
know yet, Haley. Why don't you wait to see how many...
But how about saving the business? Because right now, like you don't have any other deals on the table. Maybe Kendra has an idea that she wants to run with it. Maybe not, or Lori or Mark. But I don't know. I can't see Mark getting in the high heel business.
Other offers you get.
Okay, Haley, let me get the ball going here. I think you're the type of person you don't know what you don't know.
Sure.
The most important part of building a business is keeping it in line, and you stretch every buck 9 different ways to see what you can get out of it.
Ding
I think
ding.
we are doing that. I mean, I know we have a high burn, but as I mentioned, I don't have excessive overhead.
You do have excessive overhead.
Yeah, you do at $90,000 a month. Sure.
And that was before marketing. So imagine what her ad spend is when they're selling this almost totally online.
From a no brand name perspective too.
Yeah.
Tough
You're
sale.
burning $90,000 a month. You raise $2.5 million, and you have 3 months left before you're out of business. I would say that's important. I can't take a chance on your business climbing those mountains with you, so I'm sorry, Matt.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, Haley, you have $150,000 worth of inventory. That's about $500,000 worth of revenue. That's another 5.5 months of survival, which then allows you to create more cash flow to bring in more inventory. If you told me this is where we're at, I'm going to sell these shoes because I need to focus my attention to these things to sell those shoes, it'd be a different story. But that's not where you're at, so for reasons I'm out.
Okay, thank you.
So
Haley, you are a remarkable young woman, but the product is worrying me a little bit. It felt very strange to walk on, so I don't know if I was walking several blocks in New York City, for example, in between meetings, if that really would be something that would be comfortable for me.
But is she walking several blocks between meetings? I mean, maybe she is, but I just feel like she would just get like an Uber or a cab or something. I don't know. I mean, if I was at that, and I wanted to though maybe not, because in New York, if there's tons of traffic, you can't just, you can't you can't fly over the traffic, but you can walk past the traffic.
Yeah.
I know you are going to be a success in life, but this I'm not 100% sold on. I wish you the best of luck, but I'm out.
Thank you.
That's sad to hear.
So, Haley, I think it's clever. It's a good idea.
It's great for QVC.
I think maybe. I think it's good quality, but 500,000 for 5% is just not enough for me, and I don't think 500,000 is going to be enough
I mean,
money
I'm
for
open
you.
to negotiating.
But as an investment, it doesn't make sense for me right now, so I'm sorry. I'm out.
And as it goes, all roads lead back to Mr. Wonderful. But before we find out what Haley's going to do here, Sue, please let the people know who you are, what you do, and how they can get in touch with you.
Hi, everybody. I am Sue Allen Clayton. I am founder of the Solopreneur Academy. I am also author of Solopreneur Success, How to Plan, Run, and Build a One-Person Business. And you can reach me at sue@solopreneuracademy.com.
Awesome. And if you want to learn how you can grow your business's profit, go to superjoepardo.com, get my free profit rocket guide right on the homepage there. And if you have something to say to me, it's at superjoepardo on all social media. Now let's find out if all roads do in fact lead to Mr. Wonderful.
Well, all roads lead back to Mr. Wonderful.
Ba-bum.
Yeah.
A deal for you, Haley. If you could go back, and if you could have done things differently, you would have. And now you are 90 days away from oblivion. Your problem is sales. That's the only thing that's going to save you. But the more you sell, the more capital you tie up in inventory.
Yeah.
That's the curse of the shoe industry.
Yeah.
You need money. I have it. But I'm going to put myself in a preference position.
I really don't want to do a royalty, as I mentioned. To me, a royalty is just going to be very counterproductive to funding growth
No,
of
it
this
isn't. It
business.
puts me in a preference position so I don't get diluted into oblivion.
I'd like to counter with 500,000 for 8%.
No.
Come on now. Come on.
Yeah.
Like has she never seen the show before? No way.
I always wonder when people come in with those sky-high valuations, if they really do come in wanting a deal. Like, that's just ridiculous, given that she has $500,000 in sales, the high return rate, and and she's looking at a $10 million valuation. It's kind of, you wonder if she wants to make a deal at that.
Yeah, well, she's doing it. She's doing it that way because maybe she doesn't. Maybe she wants the clout of going on Shark Tank. But
yeah.
At the same time, you have to realize that like they bring a lot to the table, and you're asking for a lot of money. I don't care how much of a millionaire, billionaire you are. $500,000 is a lot of money to just let it go and hope like, it's not $50,000, right?
Right.
It's not $5,000. I mean, even so it's like you're talking about an awful lot of money to just potentially set on fire. In the hopes that this, she's able to get the ship straightened out and going the way it should be. I mean, if my contingency plan, it would be, we need to look at everything that you're spending money on, and I'm going through with the red marker, and we're going to start making real cuts to get this down from 90,000 to 45,000, 40,000. So even if it's just 60, just so we can extend that dollar as much as possible till we get things in place. Because my guess is that there's people there that are not pulling their weight.
Well, I know nothing about the shoe industry, but I do know that you go from, say, size 4 to 11 or 12 with half sizes in there. So there's like 20 sizes. And then she has, just from that display, it looks like she has maybe 15 or 20 different kinds of shoes. So that's a lot of production. That's a lot of production.
That is a lot of production. So we will find out if this is going to work out for her. And then we will check in on her website and see how she's making out here in a second.
If there's no royalty in here to reclaim my capital... Haley, a royalty doesn't kill you if you turn your inventory quickly. Mark, I don't see you writing a check.
Well, but I mean, Mark is helping. Mark is helping here, and Kendra is shaking her head. You know, yeah. It's not going to kill you. It's not in perpetuity forever.
This is the only deal out there right now, and I don't think it's half bad.
What about a $1 royalty?
No.
It'll take him forever to get his money.
I would probably be wearing these heels in heaven before I got to
How about we do a royalty at $2.50 until you get your $500,000
Don't
back?
be such a humbug.
Look.
Come on, Laura, you're not writing a check for $500,000.
$500,000. That's not chump change.
Are you open to any kind of counter, though?
I think at that point, you want to get rid of that as fast as possible. So why would you want to extend the amount of years it's going to take for him to get that money back? It's not like she reduced the amount of money. She didn't go like, okay, well, let's just do 300,000 and you get it 600,000 back, and it'll we'll do 250.
And there's also room in there for a royalty. Like she said, her cost was about $50 bucks.
47,
and,
50, yeah.
Yeah,
$47.
and then it sells from $150 to $200. So she's got a margin in there of, $100, $150. So I think a $5 royalty is incredibly reasonable, actually.
I think so too.
You can counter all you want.
And you're gonna have the help of him. Like they're gonna, and he has the Mr. Wonderful Wedding Package people thing going on, right? Where the heels can get worn at the wedding. How great is that? Like then you don't have to even bring a second pair of shoes with you. You just have the shoes you have.
Yeah. You said that you have changed this year, and all of a sudden a heart transplanted into your body.
I really appreciate you helping me with this deal, Lori. So to you, I say no. My offer is very simple. It's $5 a unit till I recoup $1 million, and I want the 5% equity. And I'm the only shark that's making you an offer.
Are you open to a larger investment?
No, 500 is plenty. I'll keep you going for about another 6 months.
And you're not open to a different royalty structure?
No. If you had 5 offers here, mine wouldn't be the one you choose, but you don't.
And he's being real.
Would you do the $500,000 at 5% with a $3 royalty paid back to the million?
No.
5. Why? It's $2 we're talking about.
I don't think we're going to make a deal today.
I get that,
Haley.
Haley.
Good for you.
Good job here,
I
Tim.
really appreciate all your time. Thank you.
Good luck, Haley.
It's hard to watch, but
This
props
is
to
my
her.
baby. I've put every single bit of myself into this for the last 4 years. And I'll keep doing that every day until we get to where I know we can go.
Any investor she sees is going to look at this and say, wait a second, you're 90 days away from oblivion.
She might surprise you.
I think what we'll see, 50% off.
Come on, Kevin. Well, let's see how they're doing now here. Here's their website as seen on Shark Tank. See, now, again, I still think you should have a face here, but this isn't terrible. At least it shows the product coming apart, which is great for that. So, but like no face. It's hard because it's a thing with a shoe, right? So it's like the face isn't there. But so I guess technically it's fine. There's a face. There's the founder, Haley. It's a shame she couldn't get a deal. Let's look at this. They have the sandal. So they have the stiletto. So they have a lot of so of that 150,000 of inventory they had at the time. I'm guessing they got funding because this obviously did not go out the day that they did it, and it was not even within 3 months of when this aired. Oh, they have one up for $200. Now, it's my understanding that high heels can go for as high as like $200 or like $600, right? Like it's not uncommon.
Or more. Well, yeah. And I guess, I think $200 is within, makes a lot of sense. Like for, I don't know, $200, $150, $200, that's within ballpark of what normal women spend on shoes, for nice shoes, and they're 2-for-1s. But I just think her valuation was crazy. It was crazy.
Yeah, it was not justified yet, and I don't think she ever mentioned any kind of patent. Now maybe that got left on the cutting room floor, but that's a huge boon to explaining the $10 million valuation and why people would still rally around it. But at that point, I feel like if she brought that to the table, they would have been like, well, let's just go license this to the shoe industry that already has all this business and has the shelf space and blah, 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 blah. Like, let's do that. But you're not, there's only so much you're going to be able to do if you don't hold that patent.
Yeah. Interesting product. Great idea. I think her issue is that she was creating the valuation based on how much she has invested personally as opposed to actually looking at the numbers. And the same, she did the same thing with Kevin, right? That I think he gave her a really reasonable offer. It didn't reflect to her the work she'd done, but it did reflect their sales and the work he had to do.
Yeah. So reflecting work that you need to do, smashing that like button for the YouTube algorithm so we can get this video, this information into the hands of more super entrepreneurs like yourself. And make sure you click that subscribe button so you never miss another Biz Coach Reacts video. I'm Super Joe Pardo. Thank you so much, Sue Allen Clayton, for joining me today. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.